clearly they were tougher than us. You can just see it on the second chance points and the pain points.
Coach, you mentioned you were at Baylor with Dane. Obviously that season he redshirts, he breaks his foot, he's not playing really at all except for some practice stuff.
Yeah.
But you look back then to now, you see him dominating the way he did today. Just how do you begin to describe the role over that period of time?
Yeah, I think for some of these guys, especially Dane, he was top 35 kid, maybe even top 25 kid. You come in with a certain expectation, and then you get injured, and then you're a year behind because you think you're one and done, and then you've got to adjust your mind, and then he adjusts his mind, and it just turns out that by the time you're 23, you probably mature. And give his family and him credit. They made one last transfer because you're allowed 2 now, or as many as you want. But and he chose a place where he's being highlighted well. And then he always wanted to play with 3, and then I think his acceptance of the kind of a small ball post-up 5 has really caused him to grow. And maybe that's what he was all along. It just took him a little while to realize it. But their staff has sold him on that, and he should be pleased.
Coach,
yes.
You guys prepared for the AAC conference tournament from that zone. Outside of Memphis, what other programs seem to stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, Wichita just beat us 5 in a row. I don't know what happened today because we were obviously playing, but those last 5, I think Paul Mills has done a great job. They were 1-7, and to not give up is pretty elite. I think UAB and Yaks at moments has been incredibly special. And I think the junk defense that they and Tulane run always kind of provide them opportunities to stay in games, especially in a neutral environment where you got to go through zone for a little and win. And in North Texas, I think Ross has done as good a job as anybody with his half-court defense. I think it's a top 5 half-court defense in the country. So those are the teams that give us fits looking back on it. Now, we've been in a bunch of close games, so I think right now we just need to worry about the next one, and we'll get on the plane and watch North Texas on the way home.
Robbie, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Coach, you mentioned some growing up to do in late-game situations. What's the message to the team heading forward on how to kind of, keep things morale high and finish strong?
Well, we lost a couple in a row before and went on a 5-game winning streak, so it's in there. One thing, you guys are local media, so our kids haven't given up. And there's stretches today between the missed free throws and then some of the hanging of the head where it looked like it. But they never go home, have a couple of practices, and don't come out the next game a little better. So I think that's in us. It's just a matter of playing in such a way that it can be shown.
Was there any surprise at all that Dane was able to have another big game in the paint after he also did that in the first game a little bit against you guys? And what kind of led to that?
I don't think there's a surprise. I think at this point, Dane's probably first team all-league, and people should be used to that. But we did a bad job as time went on. It's the physicality of just wearing us down. I thought it was kind of helpful early on with Matas on him, but then Matas just immediately gets fouls. And whatever your view on those fouls are, it doesn't really matter. It affects us. And you're guarding Dane with an undersized 5 and Trey. And so I think between that and our double teams being late, he's got a distinct advantage against us. And our double package or our size has to stay out of foul trouble.
Richard?
Hey, Coach. Obviously, you guys were rolling with a 5-game winning streak. Then these last 2 games, some bad habits kicked in when it comes to keeping opponents off the offensive glass and just protecting the ball, turnovers from being committed. How important will it?
You froze.
No. Robbie?
Well, if Richard's gone, with the free throw shooting today, Coach, was there anything that you kind of thought led to the poor performance?
No. They'll be in the gym for hours at a time over the next couple of days. And I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Richard?
Okay, try again. Just to sum it up, how important will it be to get past these 2 losses and approach these last 4 games of conference play with a better approach?
That's where I think we got to be careful. I thought there's been a game where our 2 days before were bad and we won. And then there's been a game, and I would count this as one, where our 2 days before were good. Our practices were good. The scout was good. I thought our guys were very excited to come here. And so there just needs to be this thing where we keep the game, and the execution matters in that period of time. And we'll continue to prepare at the best level that we can, the same group to prepare. In the street, we can still prepare for that again. But it comes down to following the plan for 40 minutes, and that's just not an option today for us, unfortunately. And certainly some of that, in fact, most of it falls on me.
Emily, last question.
Yeah, Coach. I don't know if someone asked this. It kind of glitched up at the beginning, but what do you feel is the biggest takeaway from this game in preparation for your next game against North Texas?
Well, on our streak, we out-rebounded opponents. Last 2 games we did not. That would be one takeaway. 2 is that it takes no energy to shoot free throws in an empty gym, so they're going to do a bunch of that. And then 3, when it comes down to just the ability to believe, when you go from having a lead for so long and then it's taken, that moment, we need growth in that moment. And we showed some growth. We were able to lose a lead in a 5-game win streak and bounce back and respond. We did not show that today. So that moment is my job to help them believe and know how much we love them and that they're good enough players to do it. The first 2, they're going to have to take some step forwards in.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, have a great day.